Hi, I'm Nick from Quit with Nick. Another video to help you get the mindset to prepare to quit smoking. Vaping or cigarettes. Vaping has become a really big thing these last few years. So smoking is smoking. So I wanted to do this video because the reality is that a lot of people are held back from doing hypnotherapy and my program in particular because of the cost. Yes, there is a cost involved. Some people have thought that I do this for nothing. Well, you know, I do have a child to feed and bills to pay, so unfortunately, until I have bills in my life, I do have to charge. The day I have no bills, I'll do it for free because I am good at it, and I see it almost as a service, a public service, you know, to really help smokers extend their life and become free of cigarettes. But when I just wanted to share some things that will just get you to ponder aspects when it comes to the cost of hypnotherapy, and hopefully these things will help you to not be held back when it comes to the cost, and hopefully cost won't hold you back. Firstly, here's the thing when it comes to paying for something. First, we have to really value what it is we're buying. If we highly value not only a service, but a product, if it has immense value to us, then we're willing to pay a little more, right? It depends on the value. So when it comes to quitting and looking at ways to quit, or even trying to find a hypnotherapist, hypnotherapists can vary greatly in their cost. I've heard some sessions be as low as $130. I've heard other programs, hypnosis, being like $2,500. Ultimately, you know in your heart of hearts, if you were absolutely certain that a hypnosis program was going to help you quit, you'd probably pay anything for it. After all, you know it's killing you. What's your health? What's your life worth? What's your health worth? You know, it makes me remember that quote, without health, there's no wealth, you know. All the wealth in the world won't matter if you don't have the health to enjoy it, you know. And I know you already know that, right? So what value do you place on quitting? If it's kind of low on your value, then even $50 would be too much, right? Some people really badly want to quit and really badly want all the obvious benefits, but then when it comes to maybe paying whatever it costs to get that, oh no, gee, that's a lot, oh, that's expensive. Oh, well, then just be honest with yourself. It's not high enough on your values. It's not a high enough value. You're not placing a high enough value for quitting. Also, and stay with me till the end of this video, because I'm going to actually share with you some of the ways that I can assist you in helping you in terms of cost, if cost is holding you back. For a lot of clients I see, it's not about the money. You know, they're the lucky smokers, I guess. They've got the resources, the money, it wouldn't matter. I've heard people go, even before I've told them, oh, look, it's not about the money. Like, I don't really care what it costs, you know, because they're just so serious about quitting and they have the resources. But look, this video is for those that, you know, resources and money is a factor when it comes to quitting, and fair enough, you know, it's not a cheap thing to do. And the other thing is, hypnotherapy tends to be one of the more expensive ways. Well, I think it is the most expensive way of quitting. After all, think of all the other ways there are of quitting. All nicotine replacement therapy, patches, pills, gum sprays, Champix, they're much cheaper, depending on how long you're using them for, right? I mean, if you're whacking a patch on every day for a year, well, if you do the calculations, it's costing you a lot of money, but you're not smoking. So that's a cost calculation, value, balance you need to make for yourself at the end of the day. But yes, it can be the most expensive, but ask yourself why. Maybe it's because if you see the right hypnotherapist, it can be the most effective. In the proper scenario of a hypnosis session to quit smoking, it should take one session. One session is all it needs. You don't need 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions. Some hypnotherapists charge $2,500 or more because they'll tell you need 10 sessions. You don't. You do not need that many sessions. If you're prepared right, you've got the right mindset, and a little bit of time has been spent with you before coming to your session, you only need one. So what value? Imagine if I could end this almost lifelong habit that I've had that I know is killing me, and I could end that in one session, what would that be worth? It should be worth a lot, you know. The other thing is, I read a quote once on LinkedIn, actually, which is networking Facebook for business owners. And I read a quote of a lady that was a coach, and it really stuck with me. And the quote was, "My price is not based on your budget. It's based on my expertise and my results." And that really, think about that for a moment. If everyone priced a service simply based on people's budgets, I mean, it would vary enormously from $20 to $20,000. Different people have different budgets. The only way an individual who does a service like this can price what they price, there's a few factors. A, you got to really be believing what you're doing. You got to really believe in your heart of hearts that you are doing real good in the world. Second, you got to actually be good at what you're doing. You got to have the results. If you've got copious results, you've done it for a long time, then that elevates your worth in the market. Secondly, you got to factor in what it's cost you in terms of investing in your own education, your own self-awareness. As a therapist, I'm a therapist, I did psychology at uni. I mean, if I had to put a dollar value on all the seminars I've attended, the books I've read, the coaches I've had, honestly, it'd be more than $250,000. And that's just investment in myself and training to become the most effective therapist I can be, you know. So there's that factor as well. And also, I mean, it almost goes without saying, but if one thinks of what they're spending on cigarettes, I mean, the return on investment comes very quickly. I typically see pack-a-day smokers who are spending anywhere from $30 to $50 a day on their smoking habit. I mean, $50 a day, times that by 7 days in a week, that's a lot of money. So even if you're paying $1,000 for a program, really, pack a day, for $50 a day, do the numbers. It doesn't take long for you to get your money back. So the financial return on investment is very quickly, not to mention the health, the physical, your health return on investment. It's enormous. If it's the most preventable cause of death in the world, then the return on investment in terms of your health will be enormous, right? Obviously. And then sometimes when I tell people my rate, I'll go, "Oh, that's expensive." And it's like, well, compared to what? It's expensive compared to maybe a Thai massage, half an hour Thai massage. Well, that's $40, $50. But you got to, you know, horses for courses. You got to compare apples with apples, you know. It's expensive compared to some things. It's really cheap compared to cancer therapy, or, you know, like, it's cheap compared to the fact it could keep you alive for 14 years on average. 14 years, it is the average that it cuts a smoker's life short. What monetary value could you put on extra 14 years of your life, you know? Like, anyway, I'm only sharing this to just sort of frame it, put it all into perspective. Now, there are a couple of things that I offer my clients because I know I see myself offering a life-changing, life-saving service, and I can't be everything to everyone. I can't cover everyone's budget, but I do my best to try to make it easier for people. So firstly, I give a discount for anyone in the following situations. If you're on some kind of unemployment benefit, a Centrelink benefit, if you're a full-time carer for someone, if you're a retiree, if you're a full-time student, not just under 18 or just a teenager, but you know, maybe you're making a life change. You're a full-time student. You're not working a full-time job. You're a full-time student. Under 18s, it's pretty rare I see people under the age of 18. They usually don't want to quit, but you know, under 18s. So there's that category of people. Then I also have Afterpay. So there's an option to take me up on Afterpay. Also, payment plans. I do offer a payment plan for people that need some time to be able to acquire the funds, I guess. The only sort of condition on that is that your session occurs at the time of your last payment. I don't do the session first. I don't help you quit first and then you pay it off, because like I said, this is all a mind game. If someone has already quit, then there could be a secondary gain, little sabotage thing, and I'll just start smoking, then I don't have to pay the rest. Like this is all just for your long-term success, so you're successful. So payment plans are flexible. I do not have a structured, you have to pay X per week and it's due on this day. We actually arrange that between you and me. Your circumstance, we look at your circumstance, how much you're smoking. We create a plan and formulate a payment plan that's good for you, not for me. Obviously though, the more that is paid more regularly means you can come in sooner for your session. If it's $20 a week you're going to pay, well, clearly it's going to take a little longer before you're able to come and quit. But hey, any action is good action. Inaction is what's going to kill you. Procrastination will kill you on this, and it's just, don't let money stand in the way of literally this life-changing thing, you know? So there are a few options. Also, in terms of just coming up with the money, I mean, sometimes it's just about, not about having the resources, but being resourceful. There's a difference, you know? If you have a loved one that's been really trying, nagging you to quit, you have a partner, a parent, a sibling, really, you know there's someone in your life that really cares for you, that wants you to quit, maybe ask them, go, look, I would never usually do this, but I found a program, I really want to quit. Can you just spot me, loan me? And then from the day that I quit, I'm going to be saving the money and I can pay you back. I can pay you back after a month. It'll only take about 4 weeks if you're a pack-a-day smoker. It's about that before you are able to give them back their money. Maybe even then some, you know. Also, other things people have done is they've just looked around their house and see what they can sell. I'm willing to bet if you're like me, like most people, you go into your garage or spare room, you are surrounded by thousands of dollars, more than likely. Things that you bought, you thought you needed, you didn't really, they're just taking up space. Do a yard sale, do a garage sale, bring it to a market somewhere, a car boot sale market. You'll be shocked at one person's trash is another man's treasure. You never know. I bet you've got thousands of dollars you could put on Marketplace or Gumtree. It all comes back to how much you value quitting. If you're willing to do what it takes, you will find a way. And if you need some help, advice or tips or something like that, please get in touch. Please do not let the cost of hypnosis stop you from taking that step, because in your heart of hearts, you know if you're using as an excuse not to even try, or whether it really is legitimately a barrier. If it is the latter, if it really is just a legitimate barrier, it's really serious, please get in touch. We will work something out. Hope that's helped. Please like and share this video for anyone else that might be struggling or on the path. I wish you well. This is Nick from Quit with Nick. Take care.